the U.S. military and Israel's occupation force really merging together. Let's talk about Section 219 and what it actually does. Let's get into it. So tucked inside the $1.15 trillion National Defense Authorization Act for 2027 is a provision that would fuse certain aspects of the U.S. military and Israel's occupation forces. Section 219, which originated as the United States-Israel Futures Act, would require the Pentagon to appoint a senior executive agent to oversee the permanent integration of IOF technology directly into sensitive U.S. weapons systems. We ain't talking about sharing intelligence. This covers counter-drone systems, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, autonomous weapons, cyber warfare, and electronic warfare as well. This initiative would also authorize joint testing, production, procurement, and even the incorporation of Israeli or jointly developed technology into U.S. military systems and programs. No other entity in history has ever been granted this level of access to America's military infrastructure.
Greetings, my BPPN family. Welcome to Bold Perspectives Network. I'm Mr. Red. I will tell you that this is very disturbing. I woke up today seeing this, knowing that this was coming, but I still wasn't prepared for how I felt about this. As someone who served our country, to see us merging our military and our technologies with It's Not Real, who has been a part of a serious G-side over in Lebanon and in their own country where the Palestinians are. This is very disturbing because what I'm going to show you today is that this isn't just about merging militaries. It's that they're making it hard to undo it. They're making it so that no person, no individual, no Congress can just readily do it without there being a major bill passed, major changes. This is almost impossible for anybody to undo, and no single president can do it. This is setting up some of the most dangerous situations here in America, and it makes sense now why Trump wants to create a ballroom and a bunker underneath the White House. And that is to protect himself from what's going to happen when the American people realizes that this administration is putting us into something worse than the Great Depression, and they're going to also make it where they don't leave. That's what I believe. I believe we're in a situation that is dire, and we all need to pay attention. We have much to discuss. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
The United States House of Representatives has just passed a massive Pentagon budget, which includes Section 219, the Israeli-U.S. military cooperation section of the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. Here's where things stand. The vote tally, 216 to 212. 6 Democrats voted for the bill, 7 Republicans voted against the bill. Theoretically, if all 6 Democrats voted against the bill, it would have failed. The National Defense Authorization Act will provide $1.15 trillion to the United States Department of Defense. Trillion with the T. And it's for fiscal year 2027. Now, the primary opponents to the legislation included those who oppose Section 219, which is the U.S.-Israel cooperation section, which would give Israel unprecedented cooperation with the United States military. That's only a small part of this massive package. This entire defense bill will fund Donald Trump's war machine moving forward, and that's the goal, to pump as much money as possible in the United States Pentagon, and it comes as the administration is actively considering bombing an 8th country soon, the country of Mali in Africa.
Israeli coup has been completed in the House and is now on its way to the Zionist-filled Senate. Believe me, even AIPAC comes out and congratulates these traitors for what they've done. Let's give credit to the 7 Republicans who voted no to the merger of our militaries. All of these are the only ones who didn't commit treason today. Here's the list of AIPAC All-Stars who are chomping at the bit to sign this as soon as it gets to the Senate. There's some of everyone's favorite players here. We got Rand Paulenstein, Marsha Blackburn, and of course my personal favorite, Tel Aviv Ted. I would say we still have the executive branch and maybe he veto it, but we all know that's not going to happen. But maybe there's still hope for the media. They're not bought and paid for, right? Oh, never mind. How do the Israelis return the favor after we join militaries? Oh, they're just no longer interested in joining strikes against Iran. I believe it's the Goy's duty to die for Israel, not them.
We Jews are God's chosen people, and the Gentiles must learn their purpose in life is to fight and die for Israel.
I mean, guys, nobody can tell me we're not subverted whenever Lindsey Graham dies and they just substitute in his sister to still vote yes. I will say, though, Lindsey must be having some withdrawals right now because he hasn't taken any money from him in quite a while.
I need you all to understand how dire this situation is. Right now, it's looking like this thing is going to happen. And I'll be honest, I'm a little lost for words. I really don't think that people understand how bad it is for us to be merging militaries with It's Not Real. To me, it just shows what we've probably already known, is that we've been compromised. This is just a way to make sure that monies are, that they can get the money directly through the military. So instead of them having to, have us go through and Congress approving it, we have this bloated military budget in which this foreign power who wants to expand their territory is going to have unlimited access. You're talking about our Pentagon hasn't been able to pass any type of budget review. They haven't been able to pass it. Where's all that money going? On Red Ninja Network, we're going to talk about, the danger that we've been put in with this debt. They don't have a problem with blowing up this budget. I love it when people say that conservatives are about being fiscally responsible, and that has never been the case with any Republican administration ever. And if anything, this one is worse, all right? Our national debt is 100% of GDP, and these people want to add $1.7 trillion to the debt. Again, we're going to talk about that on Red Ninja Network, but what I need you to know now is that now the money is going to be able to easily flow to It's Not Real. It's Not Real is, if anything gets produced, they get a hand in it. They get to be a part of it. They get to even control it to some aspect, or will be able to control it. And so the next thing I'm going to show you is, to me, one of the most disturbing aspects of this merger, because where our soldiers may not want to spill civilian blood, I believe that what they're looking to do will give them the ability to be able to do it without necessarily getting blood on their hands.
So a lot of y'all saw my last video and you're like, the message was great, but it's AI. Trust me, guys, I want to believe that it is, but it isn't. And I'm about to tell you it's coming directly from Pentagon, from literal congressional testimonies, and from other official United States government budget documents. So, on April 29th, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, sat in front of the House Armed Service Committee, and that's Congress, and announced that that the United States is creating a sub-unified command specifically for autonomous warfare. That means robot warfare, people. Now it's got its own military with its own command structure, just like the Special Operation Forces and just like Cyber Command. This is real. And in the fiscal year 2027 budget, which you can actually pull up yourself at comptroller.war.gov, the Pentagon requests $54.6 billion for this Defense Autonomous Warfare Group. That's billion with the B, people. That's a 24,000% increase from last year. That single budget line is bigger than the entire budget of the United States Marine Corps. A company called Foundation Future Industries just received a $24 million contract from the Pentagon to test humanoid robots called the Phantom Mark I with the Marine Corps. These robots are 6 feet tall, AI powered, and they already sent 2 of them to Ukraine in February. They were tested on the front lines. They have already used them. The company that publicly stated they plan to provide 50,000 of these robots in 2027, that's next year. 50,000 autonomous humanoid robots designed for combat. This isn't a movie. This isn't AI-generated content, people. This is documented, funded, and being built right now. Now, when I tell you this is real, these are the receipts, congressional testimonies, government budget documents, and Pentagon contracts. News coverage from every major outlet. The question isn't whether this is happening. It is already. The question is, what are we going to do about it?
Now, I can see how some people would say, well, maybe it's a good thing that we don't have to have troops die and we can send robots on the front line to do our dirty work. And I hear you on that, But think about the numbers, 50,000. Think about that. That's a lot of robots to have that are AI powered to be killing machines. You all think that the Terminator isn't something that can happen, but think about it. If they lose control, just like I think it was just reported that AI lost one of its models, one of its hacking models, lost containment. Matter of fact, I'm looking at it now. It says the headline is AI model went rogue and escaped into the internet. Now imagine if this AI model was actually able to escape the control of our government. These people aren't really thinking. The only thing they're thinking about is power right now. 50,000 robots. I remember there's a line from The Matrix where they talked about how many sentinels there was. And basically there was a sentinel created for every man, woman, and child that's in the Matrix to be able to destroy every one of them. Imagine being able to send 1,000 robots to every state in this country. And some states don't even need 1,000 robots because some states aren't even inhabited enough to need that much power, manpower or robots. The bigger cities will need more and they'll be able to do it. We already see what it's like having ICE occupy our cities and our towns. We see this shit already. Imagine autonomous killing units actually, in these cities, which makes sense why these rich people are building all these bunkers. It makes sense why they want to build a fortress underneath the White House. Because when they implement this, they're going to go in hiding because they know they're going to be people fighting this shit and people are going to lose their lives. It's going to be really bad. And so these people are... I don't think people understand is that this is to subvert democracy. This isn't to make it so that men and women don't have to fight and go over and fight different places. They don't care about that. They don't care if we lose our lives on the ground. This is about America. This is about America losing its sovereignty. Period. End of story. This is fucking disturbing. It should be disturbing to all of us because this isn't a matter of if, it's when. This is what their plans are. This is why they don't mind spending the money. You got to understand that this country is going fucking broke. And so the only way out of it is war. Right now, they are robbing us. We're going to talk about that on Red Ninja Network about the billions of dollars that's being spent and the debt that is putting us in, which is making us less safe. We really, really need to think about all of the Democrats that actually voted to support this shit.
Isn't it weird how the Democrats always give them just enough? Isn't it weird how the Democrats always give them just enough? I'm so tired of this idea that Democrats are somehow different than Republicans. Because whenever it comes down to the wire, the nitty gritty, there will always be just enough Democrats to give them what they need. Red dookie, blue dookie, two wings of the same shitbird. All of y'all can eat shit and fucking die. I swear to God. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm so tired of sounding like a broken record. I'm so tired of feeling like I'm fucking crazy. House been on fire. And we've been out, black people especially, been running around here saying, the house is on fire, the house is on fire. Nobody wanted to listen to us. You're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. You're creating division, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you.
It is messed up that we've been sitting here saying that the house is on fire. We have been saying that there is a problem going on in America, and if it doesn't get solved, that's the end of democracy. And the problem with all of this is that the racism has clouded people's eyes, clouded their judgment to see that America is compromised. I'm going to continue to say that because it is, right? We need to understand that this is it. This is a wrap. They know that this is the end of their time, and these people are willing to do whatever it takes in order to save themselves from certain destruction. They're willing to risk our lives, risk America. This democracy, this Constitution isn't worth the toilet paper, the thin-ass toilet paper that I talked to y'all about. You can wipe your ass with it. and you probably get splitters. You probably get some type of disease from it. That's how bad things are right now. This is probably as bad as ass cancer. That's how fucked we are. And I hate to be that blunt, but that's where we're at right now. The fact that Democrats will snatch defeat from the jaws of victory shows us that they are on the same bird. Yes, not all Democrats are made the same. And so we do have those who are fighting for us. But here's the problem. There are too many people, too many of the old council, too many Democrats who have sold out, who are willing to sell out the American people because they have sold out. This shit is done. And we said that black people cannot be the ones in order to save this democracy. If white people do not wake up and try to save this democracy, well, we're fucked. If you all can't see it, there's nothing we can do to make you see it. America First is done, is gone. You all sold it out for an orange buffoon who literally was only in this for himself, for self-preservation. And this man was willing to compromise this country so that he wouldn't go to jail for the rest of his life. People didn't think that it was enough to make sure that a goddamn criminal wouldn't get into office, to make sure that a felon wouldn't become president. No, he's compromised. So are the people in the Congress and in the Senate. This fucking experiment is done. And if you voted for this man, you are complicit. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.